Today we are going to be making a magic fold-up album. You will need 4 pieces of cardstock, 3 pieces of designer paper, 1 tape runner, 1 multi-purpose tool, 1 straight trimmer, 1 piece of 22-inch ribbon. Take your cardstock and fold it in half using your multi-purpose tool. Turn your paper and fold it in half again. Then take your straight trimmer, lining your blade up at the center and cutting down one section, about 6 inches. Next, you will take that section and fold along the diagonal. Now do this same technique with the next 3 pieces of cardstock. After you have finished, take your 3 pieces of designer paper and cut into 4 5.5 by 5.5 squares per page. I take 4 squares and line them up from tip to tip on the diagonal of my trimmer and cut to make my triangles. Now it's time to assemble our album. You will use 3 squares per section of your album. I take 2 of my triangle pieces and tape them to my bottom left corner. I try to get them as close to the diagonal crease as possible. Next, I take 2 of my 5.5 by 5.5 squares and place 1 in the top left corner and 1 in the top right corner. I take my bottom right corner, put tape around that section and fold it under my top right corner. When you have this completed, you will have one section done. You will need to repeat this process 3 more times. Now you have all 4 sections done, and it is time to assemble your album. I use a lot of tape because I want to make sure it will hold. When taping them together, make sure you are attaching all your sections the same way. Be sure not to tape the first and last section together because this is where your ribbon will go. After all 4 sections are attached, I wrap my ribbon around the front and back of my album to center it where I want it to go. Then I tape my ribbon down. Now for my cover, I taped a 6 by 6 inch square on the front and back of my album to cover my ribbon. Then I took my leftover scraps and made a design with them. All I need to do now is add a title to the front and pictures inside.